Well, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful day today. We are going to have a great presentation and an exciting presentation. Robin and I are very excited to bring to the TAM Built to Sell group our mastermind group opportunity. And before we do that, I really want to introduce you to a couple of people. Um, the first is Kimberly Morales Flores, and she bought a business. She's a former Uber driver. She bought Echo Salon or Echo Nail Salon. George should go by there and buy someone a gift card for Echo Nail Salon. She has a 70% equity position, no money out of her pocket. She received $5,000 at closing. She's an absentee owner. The manager runs the day-to-day operation. And the reason why I put her here first is she just received her first equity distribution check of $1,400. We did a distribution, we do a monthly distribution, and her first check was $1,400. What did she do to get that $1,400? Not much. She may have done maybe 20 minutes worth of work this last month because she has a manager in place and all she does is check in and what's going on. That's the first person I want you to meet. The second person I want you to meet is Keisha Fletcher. Keisha is a former State Farm manager and hypo meaning high potential individual. She closes, and we close this Friday on LJY Reflexology, which is a massage therapy and reflexology place there in Hermitage, Tennessee. She decided to invest her own money along with other investors at 25%. So she wanted to get to 25%, build her business credit, etc. At closing, she will receive $12,500. She will be an absentee owner. The manager is running from day-to-day operations. With that, at 25%, she will receive a monthly stipend or a interest payment of $625 as an investor, and her first equity payment, which will come probably in December, second week in December. We normally pay out all of equity payments second week, as well as the investors on the second week. Her first payment should be about $2,500, which means that she will basically sit in Atlanta, have people working for her in Hermitage, Tennessee, and she will make $3,125, and that's if things stay just the same. And of course, we aren't leaving things just the same. That's the minimum that she will receive. And oh, by the way, she will get her money back at the end of the year because the company will refinance all of the debt that it had that we put on there in order for it to lower the payment. So that's Keisha. So you met one person that, along with myself, and I'll mention myself in a moment, but one person who bought a business, got their first check, one person who is closing on a business this upcoming Friday. There's numerous more, but I wanted to start off with proof, social proof. Here it is. This is what we're doing. Here's the team that we did a capital raise, and I wanted to throw this slide in, not for the top, because I just introduced Keisha, the ladies introduced Robin, but I want to talk about the other three people or the other three lines. We have an operations group. This operations group is absolutely phenomenal. This operations group, we start with the analysis, the data analysis of a business up front. So that's Lee. Lee comes in and she does pre-acquisition analysis. So she does all of our calculations. She puts together all of our projections, all of the cash flow projections, etc. And then Samantha and Jana, Samantha right here and Jana right here, are our short-term or near-term strategy and long-term strategy. So we put together a profit strategy for the first 30, 60, 90 days. Jana also looks at the long-term strategy. So Sam is responsible for short-term, Jana is responsible for long-term, and that long-term is more along the lines of being able to basically make sure that we are covering the drivers of valuation. And if you would, Samantha is really keying in on cash flow and increasing revenue and decreasing cost, whereas Jana is keying in on the larger meta picture as it relates to increasing the valuation of the company. And when I say long-term, I'm talking about 18 months. When I say short-term, I'm talking about 1 week to 90 days, basically. So that's the team. Everything goes through that team. Everything we do goes through that team. And Angela brings that all together. She is our program manager. She's at the big board, if you would. She tells us, where we are in each of the businesses, what step we're in, what we need to do, who's responsible for what. We have a big CRM board with all of our deals on it, and she's responsible for that. Those of you who will be part of this mastermind, you will meet Angela, you will know what she does, and you'll get, quite honestly, you get very familiar with Angela as well as the rest of the team. We have an exponential growth group that's outside of our company, but they are critical and crucial to our alliance. Kay Gambrill, who is Nakano Management Group, is responsible for the e-commerce platform consultancy. She puts us on, when we're ready, she puts us on Walmart, which is the most difficult to get on, but the least competition, Amazon, eBay, Etsy, if applicable. Tim Hensley is our operations guy, and he works with, and will continue to work with Samantha and myself in regards to increasing the revenue, decreasing costs. And then Sam Rivera, who is our finance management area, deals with business credit and overall the credit of the company. So many strategies that we use is around extracting the credit, utilizing that and leveraging that asset in order to buy more businesses, invest in other credit deals or credit notes, invest in yield farming, etc. So Sam helps us extract the money. And then we could not do any of what I'm about to tell you without our broker partners. These are national broker partners. Claudio Vilas is here in Fort Lauderdale. He represents Sunbelt. Francis Dzelski represents Transworld. So Transworld is the largest brokerage in the world, and obviously the largest one in the country. Sunbelt is the second largest in the country. And so those two guys represent and cover every state in the United States. And then they basically just co-broker with places that we want to go and deals that we have. Fernando is with Transworld, and he's my personal broker here in Florida. So he deals only with Florida, whereas Francis is in Washington, D.C. and handles everything else. Those brokers understand, one, how we buy companies. They understand how we buy companies. Two, they structure portions of the deal or help us structure the deal. Three, they only bring us deals that they know we're going to buy. They don't bring us deals where owners aren't flexible. There's no sense of talking about that. And so these guys are part of our family, and just as important, they have an opportunity to be the bank. For us, our owners are the first opportunity to be the bank, and the brokers are the second opportunity to be the bank. And so I wanted you to understand the kind of the team that's behind everything we do. This could be you right here, lead broker, lead investor, I should say. So let's talk a little bit about myself, and I'm just going to take 1 minute to do this because this is not that important. So I'm the CEO of Infinite Capital Holding Group. I own equity in 7+ companies projected by the end of the year, the about 10. I was a former leader at the Boeing company, and I led a couple of hundred people at the Boeing company there for several years. Best-selling author, father of 4 plus 7+ grandkids. That plus is baking in the oven right now and due in February. I got that out the way. Okay, I am the inventor of sustainable deal structure, in which you'll learn about. Along with Robin, I'm the co-creator of the nonprofit Evolve Period. And my favorite quote is, for me at this moment, at this time, I got a lot of living to do before I die, and I ain't got